For 2 months now, Russian skies have turned into a silent battlefield. Every night, swarms of Ukrainian drones pierce through air defenses, striking with surgical precision at the very heart of Russia's economy, its refineries, fuel depots, and oil terminals. What some now call the energy war is reshaping the balance of power in the region. Subscribe to follow this story in real time because what's happening here goes far beyond Ukraine's borders. According to The Economist, more than 85 strategic targets have been hit in less than 2 months. The attacks, focused on refining facilities, have seriously weakened Russia's production capacity. Coordinated strikes have hit refineries stretching from Chuvashia to Bashkortostan, paralyzing a large part of the country's energy system. In total, 16 out of 38 refineries have been affected, some of them several times. As a result, diesel exports have fallen by 30%, and long queues at gas stations are multiplying. For a country whose economic power depends heavily on hydrocarbon exports, the impact is significant. At the heart of this aerial campaign lies a new game changer: the FPV-1 drones, designed and produced in Ukraine. They cost barely $55,000 each, but can travel up to 1,500 kilometers and strike with deadly accuracy. Kyiv now produces more than 100 of them per day. Alongside these drones, new models such as the Luti and the FPV-5 Flamingo cruise missiles have appeared. Some can reach up to 3,000 kilometers and carry warheads weighing over a ton. Faced with these light, fast, and low-cost weapons, Russian air defenses are increasingly overwhelmed. The strikes target not only refineries but also pumping stations and major oil terminals, including Primorsk, Russia's largest oil port on the Baltic Sea. The consequences are already being felt across the Russian domestic market. Fuel prices have jumped by 40 to 50% since the beginning of the year. The Federal Anti-Monopoly Service has intervened, denouncing what it called unjustified price hikes. But behind these increases lies a much deeper problem: shortage. Endless queues of vehicles, fuel rationing, and thousands of gas stations forced to shut down. According to estimates from the Russian Fuel Union, more than 300 independent retailers have gone out of business since May. Some fuel depots now take up to 2 months to be resupplied. Combined with international sanctions, these delays have made things worse. The damaged installations simply cannot be replaced. Behind this strategy lies a clear message: Ukraine is striking at the economic engine of Russia's war effort, not its civilian population. Where Moscow bombs cities, Kyiv targets the infrastructure that powers the front lines. According to Russian economist Vladislav Inozemtsev, these strikes represent the smartest and most effective blow dealt to the Kremlin's war machine since the beginning of the conflict. Data from the analytics firm Sayala indicates that nearly 38% of Russia's refining capacity, about 338,000 tons of crude oil per day, is now offline. And 70% of those shutdowns are directly linked to Ukrainian drone attacks. This Russian energy crisis has implications far beyond the battlefield. The drop in production, combined with falling exports, is weakening the Kremlin's revenues, already strained by Western sanctions. Every destroyed refinery, every burning terminal, represents millions of dollars lost to the Russian state. But it's also a message to the West. Ukraine is no longer just defending itself. It's fighting back, using ingenuity, autonomy, and remarkable efficiency. In this war of attrition, technology and strategy often outweigh brute force. Today, Russia faces its worst energy crisis in decades. Images of endless car lines, closed stations, and soaring fuel prices are no longer isolated incidents, but signs of a system under pressure. And while Moscow struggles to repair pipelines and calm public outrage, Ukrainian drones continue to fly, silently and methodically. This conflict is entering a new phase, one where energy itself becomes a weapon, and where every explosion, every fire, reshapes the balance of an entire continent. Subscribe to follow the next developments of this invisible war, where economics and technology collide in the open skies.